Heavy metal fans around the world are stunned today. A true legend has left us. Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, and the voice that shaped generations of metal, has passed away at the age of 76. Just 17 days after Black Sabbath's historic farewell concert, the world was rocked by the sudden news. His longtime bandmate Tony Iommi broke the silence with a message that crushed fans' hearts. There won't ever be another like him. We've lost our brother. Today, we take you inside Tony Iommi's heartfelt tribute. Final texts from Ozzy and their emotional last night together on stage. Grab your headphones, because this is more than news. This is a farewell to a legend. What's your favorite Ozzy Osbourne memory? A song, a live performance, or just his wildest moment? Comment below and join us in remembering the one and only Prince of Darkness. Heavy metal fans worldwide are in shock tonight. Black Sabbath's iconic singer Ozzy Osbourne has died at age 76. The sudden announcement came on July 26, 2025, just 17 days after the band's final concert on July 5th in Birmingham. Known as the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy's powerful voice and wild persona defined heavy metal for generations. News of his passing sent ripples through the music community. Among the first to respond was Ozzy's longtime friend and bandmate Tony Iommi. In a raw, heartfelt post on his official X, formerly Twitter account, Iommi wrote, "I just can't believe it. My dear friend Ozzy has passed away. There won't ever be another like him. Geezer, Bill and myself have lost our brother." His simple, emotional words captured the heartbreak of losing a legend. Tony Iommi, left, and Ozzy Osbourne, right, performing together on stage. Tony Iommi, visibly shaken by the news, gave an emotional interview on July 23rd. He confessed, "It was a shock for us. I only had a text from him the day before. It just seemed unreal, surreal." Admitting he still couldn't accept Ozzy was gone. The guitarist looked genuinely upset, tears in his eyes as he spoke. He described the moment he learned the news. "It couldn't sink in. I thought, it can't be," repeating that phrase of disbelief again and again. Even for those closest to him, Ozzy's death felt almost unreal. Iommi revealed Ozzy had even texted him the day before, saying he was tired and had no energy. It showed how fragile the singer was. Because of his health, Ozzy only joined rehearsals in brief bursts. They'd bring him in and he'd sit down and sing a few songs, Tony said, trying to conserve Ozzy's strength. Yet Ozzy insisted on being there for the big night. After the gig, Iommi recalled, Ozzy himself rolled onto the stage in a wheelchair to say goodbye. He looked around at the crowd and joked with Tony, "Oh, it went all right, didn't it?" A bittersweet final check-in with his old friend. It was a touching, tender moment between the band's veteran members. Ozzy Osbourne performing on the Back to the Beginning stage, July 2025. The farewell concert on July 5th, 2025, billed Back to the Beginning, was meant as a grand final act. Iommi revealed that Ozzy had willed himself to perform that night. "I think he really just held out to do that show," suggesting Ozzy summoned every ounce of strength to give fans one last performance. In Tony's eyes, Ozzy's determination was clear. As soon as the show ended, he's done it and said goodbye to the fans, Tony explained. The stage and the fans meant everything to Ozzy. It became a profoundly moving moment for the band and the audience alike. A final gift to everyone who ever loved Sabbath. Tony described the scene. Even though Ozzy was seated in a throne-like chair, he was trying to stand up during songs. Ozzy was moved and frustrated, Iommi said. He wanted to stand up. It meant everything to him. They had built that night up for years as the ultimate farewell. None of them expected what followed. Barely 2 weeks later, Ozzy was gone. "We didn't expect him to go that quick. It's been a shock," Tony admitted. The grieving guitarist was simply grateful that Ozzy had one last chance to say goodbye on stage. Their final night together turned out to be both the band's and Ozzy's last curtain call. In the wake of his friend's death, Tony Iommi also reflected on Ozzy's inimitable legacy. He stressed the one-of-a-kind nature of Ozzy Osbourne. "There's never going to be another Ozzy," Iommi said. "Only one man could be Ozzy, the singer with the wild hair and the unpredictable antics." Tony remembered that even late in life, Ozzy always surprised everyone. "He had a special way. We never knew what he was going to do in all the years we've known him." He laughed metalinjection.net, recalling Ozzy's humor and spontaneity on stage. These final remarks underline Iommi's deep admiration. Ozzy was Ozzy, as Tony put it, and that singular spirit helped invent a music genre. In other words, Ozzy's place in rock history is truly unique. Tony Iommi's words remind us how much Ozzy meant to his bandmates and to the metal world. As the screen fades, we recall Iommi's simple tribute. "Ozzy was Ozzy." That one line says it all. The Black Sabbath farewell show and Tony's emotional statement leave fans with some measure of closure, and with the certainty that Ozzy Osbourne's extraordinary legacy will endure forever. As Tony Iommi said, Ozzy was Ozzy. That simple line says it all. A once-in-a-lifetime voice, a wild soul, a true original. From Paranoid to Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne didn't just perform metal, he was metal. And while the Prince of Darkness has left this world, his music, his energy, and his legacy will live on forever. Thank you, Ozzy, for everything. Rest in power. What's the one Ozzy Osbourne song that changed your life? Drop it in the comments and let's honor his memory together. If you loved this tribute, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories that celebrate music legends. This has been Legends Story Vault. Thanks for watching, and keep rocking.